At the same time, I sit on the board of UTA, which is the the umbrella body for the private sector in Uganda. Hotel General Managers Association started in 2017, and we are fully registered with the URSB. And the main aim is to bring all general managers in Uganda together for standardized service delivery, and we make sure the hotels in Uganda match the world standard when it comes to service delivery. Thank you.
Okay, and of course, to our dear viewer, I think you fully understood the capacity under which these two people are. But of course, I would also wish to understand the vision of the association, the mission, you know, the objectives really behind the formation of this association.
Okay, the vision of Hogumao, we call it in short, is to make sure we have as many homegrown Ugandan general managers as possible, managing 5-star hotels in this country and other international brands that are coming up. And then we have the mission of the association. Our mission is to work together with policymakers of this country, with international partners and other private sector players to ensure that we sustainably manage the association, make the general managers in position to manage these hotels at international level, and while we are sustaining their visibility.
All right, let me get to George real quick. George, again, thank you for joining us this morning. When you look at Uganda's hotel managers today, what are the benefits of training these people to meet these standards that we are looking at?
Thank you very much. My name again is George Oguto. When you look at the general managers of Uganda and want to talk about training, we are looking at these people to have the capacity of taking over the hotels in Uganda. And through training, we shall see that there will be high value of services. We shall see also that the guest experience. When we have these guests, they come to the hotels, they need good service. And once a guest comes, when you have a fully trained team, of course, when they go away back to their countries, they will sell the Uganda as a country. And you find that most of the guests we are receiving in Uganda, in our hotels, 80% are tourists. And when the tourists come to Uganda, they have got quality services, they have got good teams. And on top of that, we find that the government will also benefit from them. From that, once you have trained people, we have got very many clients, the hotel will get income, and the government will also tax that income. Yeah. Yeah.
Along the journey, but as the Hotel Association, I really also need to understand.
Yes.
How far have you gone with initiatives that have brought, you know, different managers on board? In fact, I think I would have asked how many members are part, or how many hotel managers are part of the association?
Right now, we are around 100 who are fully registered, but our main target is to get all the Uganda hotel managers up countries, although we are now going into massive recruitment, because when you look at the statistics, according to UHOA, they register the hotels with the Uganda Hotel Owners Association. There are 988. Those are registered on that. So we are also targeting to get all those 988 to be part of the what? The General Managers Association. However, there are some hotels. When you look at the UTB, there are other hotels which are not registered by what? By UHOA. And recently, when you looked at the statistics, UTB was talking about over 6,000. So as our the Huguma, our association, is to capture that. And we are saying, these people, how do we improve services? We must get trained. And when the manager is trained, that means he's also going to train the lower people. And once the lower people are fully trained, then service delivery will be so good.
Okay. And looking forward, Ms. Molly, as we're looking at the benefits of having these managers trained, how how have they found this initiative? Are they, are they receiving it the way it's supposed to be? Let's talk about the reception from the different general managers of hotels in Uganda.
Now, the major reason why we are here today is to urge government. Already we have hotels working with different departments from reception. It's a whole holistic approach when it comes to training the hotel staff. We are not only talking about training the general managers, we are talking about training general managers, middle-level managers, lower-level managers, so that the entire hotel staff are trained. Because in a hotel, you can't say you're training on the front desk or food and beverage team or chefs only. So it is a holistic approach that we need the government to come in so that we train the staff from the security. When you go to a hotel, security, hospitality starts from the gate. So we are saying we need to train the entire workforce in the hotel. Security, front desk, room stewards, the food and beverage team, the kitchen, the people on the compound. So it is a holistic approach. So we are calling upon government to avail training to the different hotels in this country, because when the workforce is trained, we see enhanced service delivery. In the month of January this year, Uganda hosted NAM Summit. We hosted G77 and China. So the whole world came to Uganda. So that's the reason why we need to match the standard, not only for the 5-star hotels. We need all hotels to have trained staff. And hotel owners cannot do this single-handedly. We need the government to come in. I know hotels are trying to train, but the training is not enough. That's why we are calling upon the government to come and help train the workforce in the hotels. Because when the service delivery is better in the hotel, it means we are able to attract more international tourists. These tourists will come here in this country, spend money, and government earns foreign exchange. The hotels will also earn fine, but also the hotels are paying taxes to the government, so that is all benefit. So we need staff to be trained. We need, we have a school for hospitality, Ginger Institute, UHTTI. We need it to be completed. It's supposed to be a center of excellence, where students of tourism and hospitality go and get hands-on training. So the institute is not yet finished, so we call upon government to make sure the institution is finished so that we have our students. Because apparently right now they're spending 3 years. You find a student of tourism and hospitality taking 3 years at the university, but they only have 3 months to do internship. So we are saying the 3 months are not enough. When you go to the neighboring country, Kenya, they have a school. At the same time, they have a hotel where the students go to train. So this is needed in this country, because that's why many people say, why is it that we have many Kenyans working in Uganda? Why is it that Kenyans are more performing when it comes to work? It's because our students have not been well equipped, even from the curriculum level. We need the Ministry of Education to revise their curriculum to the current situation, just like they have they did a revision on the curriculum of Senior 1 to Senior 4. So we need the curriculum for the tourism and hospitality sector also to be revised to suit the current situation so that we match the international standard. The world is moving so fast, so the country needs also to move so fast so that we match with the international standard. Thank you.
Let me get to George. George, what really needs to be done moving forward? If we are to, to see that our general managers and how hotels handle clients, how different players or stakeholders in the hotel industry perform, what really needs to be done?
Thank you very much. But first of all, just go behind a few things. When you look at the general managers in Uganda, they are good. However, what is lacking in them is capacity building. Reason being that we get our hotel owners, some of them go to Kenya, go to Tanzania, to Rwanda to pick these general managers. However, if we equip the general managers with good training, good skills, and they take over these hotels, of course, we are now in a competitive world. We need Uganda to be strategized. We don't need this time to say that maybe somebody goes to Kenya to get the what? The general manager. No, they are here. Even among our general managers, they are very good. We have good trainers. But what is lacking, when it comes to the government, they don't come back to the technical people. The general managers, we have very good technical people who do a very good training, but they lack support. So that's why the Hotel General Manager Association comes on and say, no. As a team, we need to work together. And when we work together, we are going to improve the service delivery. Most of the general managers, as you have asked, what type of training do they need? Most of them, some of them are highly educated. They can go for refresher courses at Crested. Or the government can even send them to Italy. You see, you go to Italy for 3 months just to add on the skills you have. And when you add on the skills you have, that means when you come back in the place where you are working, you are going to train the lower managers. And once you train those lower managers, then you will have to emphasize service to be improved. So that's why we are saying that, no, our stakeholders, the government, UTB, UHOA, private sectors, they should come in. Sometimes back last year, we had a brief negotiation with the Minister of Gender, and we are talking about skilling. So you ask them, now, when you are talking about the skilling, if it goes to the hospitality industry, you have the technical people. The technical people should be the forefront to ensure that anyone trading in the hotels, you have the technical people who are going to guide.
Okay, Ms. Molly, let me get to you here. Let's talk about our hotel brands in the country as well. As much as we are looking at training and enriching the capacity of those operating these hotels and those working within these hotels, when you look at the brands we are currently having, do we also need to open up room to improve on our standards as the hotel industry?
Yes, we need to open up rooms. Right now in Uganda, we have very few international brands. We are talking about Sheraton Hotel, we are talking about Protea, we are talking about Serena, and a few others, the Hilton. So when you look at these international brands, they are only located within the city or within the Kampala, Entebbe, and they are not countrywide. Right now, we need, as a country, also to attract high-end investors in hotels, because there are certain tourists who might ask to come to Uganda, or may want to come to Uganda, and they want to go to the national parks, where there are attraction centers. But if they find that there are no star hotels, 5-star hotels in those areas, they won't come to Uganda. So we urge international brands to expand their reach in those areas where there are tourist attraction centers. Like Kidepo, we have Kidepo National Park. We know Hotel Africana has put a branch there, but that is not enough. We need more investment in these areas. And at the moment, I'm also calling upon the government of this country to appreciate the indigenous hotel owners. I think the hotel owners in this country have done a lot. But what is pulling them down, they would be in position even to invest in 5-star hotels. But what they are having as a challenge right now is we have so many taxes that we are paying as a hotel. Hotels are paying about 26 taxes. So you find that in the end, the investors do not have more money to reinvest in the sector or other sectors. So we need the government to consolidate the taxes in the hotel industry. It's about 10 years now when this campaign is on to see that the government reduces taxes in the hotels. So you find the government has not yet responded. It's a high time now as a sector. I think we are calling upon the president of this country to come to the rescue of the hotel owners, the indigenous people in this country. We need to motivate them so that they can have some money to invest in those areas. They need to be given special considerations, because when you look at these international brands, they are the ones who come here, they get the tax holidays for about 10 years, they get free land, and yet Ugandan investors, these people go to the banks and get loans. They take years paying these loans. So at the end, when somebody has finished paying the loans, they are supposed to now start recouping from their businesses that they have invested in. But you find they can't. They have a lot of taxes to pay. So we need taxes to be consolidated in the hotels so that we are able to meet up our operational costs. Because right now, having so many taxes, it is not enough. Let the government, because the hotels pay taxes for the swimming pool, license for the bars, and yet these are the hotels. We pay license every year to Uganda Performing Rights. One time I was asking the official, why are we paying this? That this tax is for every sound that is played on your establishment. This is not right. Let's have one tax system that works for the hotel sector in this country. Let's have a consolidated tax. We are not saying we don't want to pay tax. We want to pay, but let it be consolidated to something which is affordable. Okay. Thank you.
George, yes, you look at our hotels today, and we have hotels, we have motels, we've got so many of these kind of hospitality industry players that are directly benefiting from the entire sector. And of course, they're representing us in the many forms. When tourists come into the country, when we do have different delegates coming into the country, many of them are dispatched off to some of these hotels and different players within the hotel industry. When you look at the standards of these hotels, what should be done to improve them? I want us now to talk directly to the hotel owners. What needs to be done by them to improve on these standards, first of all, to meet the international standards or to compete favorably for for events, or for what you could for events, conferences, and the like?
Thank you very much. What the hotel owners first, because as we started discussing, it's all about capacity building. Most of the hotel owners, when they inject money in those hotels, they don't, few get advices, technical advices from the general managers. And once you have employed the general manager will come out with what will expect you to give him what you need him to do. However, that is not the case, because some of these hotel owners, once they put a hotel there, they will say we're employing a manager, but again, the manager will not have powers to advise. They will bring a manager, you bring a relative, you bring, what has spoiled Uganda now with this, our hotel sector is the relative issues. But once a system is put in place, you hire a general manager will put a system in place, and the system in place will ensure that the standard of service has improved. And once the standard of service has not improved, then the hotels will continue performing poorly. I'll just give you an example. How do you ensure this? General managers are poorly paid. Poorly paid. Most of the hotels here will run to our neighboring country, Kenya, Rwanda. You get a waiter, then they bring a waiter to Uganda, or a F&B supervisor that is a general manager, and is going to be paid heavily. Motivated, everything heavily. Now, they will get a Ugandan to be assistant, but he's paid mega payment. Now, when you discuss such things that now, how do you improve this? How do you let this to go? We need, what we are requesting even to advise the hotel owners that once you employ a manager, because managers are there even on the street, you can get a manager of 500,000. You can get any type, but is it a quality, what you want? So we are saying no, hotel owners should listen to the general managers, should get advice, technical advice to general managers. How do we do this? How do we do this? And how do we reach to Sheraton? Because if at all I say maybe a hotel in the center there, you want to reach a Sheraton standard, you have to lay down a lot of things to do. What's the quality of service? How about your staff? What are the amenities you are using? How about the rooms? What are the facilities you are using in the rooms? Those are the things they are lacking. And most of them, when you advise them, we want to do this and this, and then they say, for me, I know. So we are saying, no, let them listen to the technical people as the general managers. They are fully skilled. They have the knowledge. They will improve the service delivery.
When you mentioned about how much, you know, the Ugandan hotel managers are earning or Ugandan players are earning, don't you think at times it goes back to the quality that is being offered by some of the Ugandans? Because a couple of times when we're having conversations around the hotel industry, you'll get to realize that many people say the reason as why many of these hotels are hiring in expatriates, or what you could call more so Kenyan managers, Kenyan waiters and waitresses, is because they understood the hospitality industry better than us. They are more hospitable, or they know how to handle customers and clients, and they will not throw their emotions onto the customer. Now, isn't this something that we really need to, you know, to also focus on as a country? Looking into human capital management, and then our human resource in the hotel industry, how can they shape our Ugandan, you know, managers, waiters, or all of those who are involved in the entire hotel value chain, you know, to meet the standards of, let's say, our Kenyan brothers, who are our direct competitors when it comes to the hotel industry, by the way. What is your take on that, George?
My take on that, when we started this association, those are the things we looked at. And we are saying we need the government to streamline. And as the association, we are coming up, we have our strategic plan. We just launched on last month on 13th. It's a 5-year strategic plan. And we are saying, we have started talking to HOA. We always have interaction with the ED with HOA. And we said, no, we want all these general managers should be registered with the what? With the Huguma. And once somebody is registered with the Huguma, we want to see, if a hotel says he wants a manager, it should come through the what? The Huguma. Such that we follow. We need to follow the what? Their working conditions. We need to follow how they do their work. How they do their work. And it is just simple. Invest in training. Hotel owners should invest in training. Once you invest in training, you give the targets to the managers. This is what I want to be done. Once a manager is trained, highly trained, when he comes back, he will ensure that this knowledge is passed through the lower level managers. And it is simple. The government is also streamlined. Let me tell you something that when you go to Kenya, you can't get a top job position in Kenya. No, they have a policy. You cannot get a general because already the government has streamlined that. You are coming from Uganda, no, you can only be a waiter and whatever. But here in Uganda, we don't have. So we are saying as the Huguma, we say no, this should be streamlined. We cannot stop it, it should be streamlined. And we're also hoping to go to Parliament and meet the parliamentarians, those one on the tourism sector, the side of tourism in the country, because we are seeing that the tourism is one of a sector which is generating a lot of revenue to the country. What do we do? So as Huguma, we are saying, you know, we want to streamline, and this streamlination should have to come from us. And even if now hotels, we are telling them, when you want to recruit, it should be through Huguma. We are going to sieve. We have to sieve these people who are coming. Because right now I have to tell you that somebody who is going to come out from Crested for 3 years, he comes even to look for a job. Some of them, they might not even know how to cost a menu. I have to be proud that I started from Crested for 3 years, but the quality I got there, the lecturers who were there by then, they were so good. All those lecturers have gone. So lecturers who are there also at some of these institutions, they are looking only at the theoretical part of the what? The teaching. But we are saying, no. Recently, we are also trying to partner with the MOOPs, because we told them, yes, we are producing these people. These people are coming to our hotels as trainees, apprentices. We are teaching them, but we need to come there as visiting lecturers to tell them what is happening in the industry. We have also talked to the principal of HTHI, Mr. Kawere, and he has welcomed. We say, no, your students, the industry is competitive. As we are there at Kurese, there's another institution in Kampala which is competing with your students here. So what we want to know, the students should be, when he's passed out, he has the skill. theoretically and practically. So when he's employed in some of these hotels, he gives a fantastic service.
Ms. Molly, Appeal, yesterday when the President was addressing the country on matters to do with Labour Day celebrations, he did mention that the issue with Ugandans is, there is something to do with the vision. And then, of course, when you talk about vision, you're as well going to highlight something to do with the attitude towards work. Now, our Kenyan brothers, at times, you get to realize that their attitude in professionalism is way above. And I'm not spitting any sort of fire towards us as Ugandans. But in the hotel industry, we've seen how they perform so well better than us. What needs to be done to have our players, our active players, and here I'm talking about the waiters, I'm talking about the managers, the different supervisors on duty in these hotels of ours. How can we have how can we prepare them accordingly to meet the standards, and then also to avoid this instance of a hotel investor wanting to, hire someone from Uganda, someone from Kenya, or someone from the Middle East, or someone from Rwanda?
Okay, thank you. I'm not saying that we do not need international hoteliers to work in Uganda.
Okay.
No. We are now in the East African community. Me, a Ugandan, can go and work in Kenya, in Rwanda, though it is not easy as compared to those nationals coming to Uganda. It's easy for other nationals to come and work in Uganda.
Okay.
But it's very hard for Ugandan nationals to go to Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania and get work without permit. So we are saying that we need a blend of all these people because we need all these experiences if we must develop this industry together and as one. So it is true, the work ethics or attitude towards work. Certain people, there are people who may go to look for a job because they are desperate. They want to earn a living. So once they go for interview, I have passed and all that. Some even come, when you're doing interview, I sit on some of these interview panels. People have got first-class degrees. But when it comes to performance, it's not the same. That takes me back to training, capacity building. We are saying let UHTTI, which is supposed to be the center of excellence, be put up and finished so that we have our Ugandan brothers and sisters go to do hands-on training there. We need more time in hands-on training as compared to 3 years in theoretical training in the university or other institutions. And then when it comes on the job, you can't perform. We need these experiences. We need people, managers who are coming from Europe. We need managers who are coming from other countries because we blend well. We need to work as a team. Ugandan General Managers Association is for all general managers, 5 stars, 4 stars. So we need all of them to come on board so that we forge a way for this country. We need attitude of the workforce in the industry to be changed. If you know you're a waiter, I've been in the hotel industry for about 15 years now. And if you know you're a waiter, you start from there. But you grow in the system, okay? You're a waiter or waitress. Tomorrow you go to another department. So just make sure you are excellent at what you do. You do whatever you are given best. If you're attending to a guest, the guest wants a good guest experience when it comes to service delivery. Many people would ask why the tourists I mentioned earlier spend less time here in Uganda. We need to train the staff so that when customers or tourists, both local and international tourists, right now we are even talking about domestic tourism. We need to encourage as a country. Be it a local person, when they come to a hotel, they must get first-class service. So these hotels, these tourists will stay longer in the hotel because they are happy with the services. We need good ambience in the hotels. We need good infrastructure. We need a good working environment, working relationship. The hotel managers should work together as a team. We have had incidences where certain managers, they actually mistreat the juniors. And we are saying no to that because you as a manager, You can't perform all these duties. You need the juniors to work with. And in the hotel, we say the staff are #1 customers. Treat them right, they will treat your customers right. So we need every workforce in the industry to work in a happy environment. We need managers. Time is up for managers who sit and swing chairs in the office. You need to be out and work with your team. Ensure that the customers are happy with the service. Ensure that the team is delivering quality service. That's what we need, working as a team. Otherwise, the future is bright for this industry. We just need every stakeholder, be it government, be it employees, be it hotel owners, to do their parts. We shall get there.
Okay, and earlier this year, the Uganda Tourism Board released the list of ratings for our hotels, our motels, and everything.
Yes.
And I've always wanted to know, what do we consider while giving out these ratings? Because you get to realize that on the 5-star, if I'm to remember so well, we had Kampala Serena Hotel, we had the Lake Victoria Serena Hotel in Chigo, we had the Sheraton Hotel here in Kampala, Speak Resort in Munyonyo, amongst those that were highlighted, if I'm to take you through the same. And then also amongst the in fact, we only had 3 5 stars, Kampala Serena, Sheraton Kampala, Lake Victoria Serena Golf Resort and Spa in Chigo. And then the rest, Mestil, Golden Tulip, we had Protea Hotel by Marriott in Entebbe, we had Kabira Country Club, we had Protea, Kampala Skies, Protea, Marriott Kampala. Those are 4 stars. How do we rate? And you know, to the viewer today, what are the things that we look at if we are to rate, for example, 5-star? Because that is already meeting the international standards.
Yes. Uganda today, I've told you we are in the East African region now. Yes. We are now in a regional block of 7 countries. And therefore, Uganda is rated according to the East African region or standard. So in the recent release of the accredited hotels, indeed, we have only 5-star hotels in this country. So you can see the number is very, very, I don't even know the percentage. It's like 0.00, you know. So that's why earlier I said we need more 5-star hotels. And the criteria that they normally do is clearly stipulated when they're doing accreditation. So for a 5-star, you need to be able to meet a certain requirements that is listed normally. For a 5-star, of course, the infrastructure is one thing. You must have a good hotel with good architectural design, well approved with all the electrical and all installations in place. You need to have highly trained staff. Not for 1 day or 2 days, throughout. It's supposed to be throughout. When I go, for instance, to Sheraton at night, the quality of service I'm having at night should be the same as the quality of service I receive during the day. It's because the staff are trained. So when we have staff well trained to deliver these services, when we have the quality of amenities, for a 5-star hotel, you need even to have qualities of the bed sheets, must have a certain number of threads. The kind of furniture you have should be of high class. The kind of the restaurant, the capacity of the restaurant, the conference hall, the capacity of the conference hall, and all the amenities fitted in there, the ambience of the hotel, the number of rooms that you have, and then even the reviews. Your international reviews also matters. Right now, we are working a lot on the net. So we have some customers who will give you very good reviews. This is just a 5-star. So it will not come out of nothing, but those customers, they will give you the genuine opinion, whether your service is of a 5-star or not. So there are criteria that is followed for a 5-star hotel, a 4-star hotel, and the like, a swimming pool, and all that must be in place if they are doing this accreditation.
Maybe just to add on that briefly, just add on that. I know when the list was released, many hotels, many other people complain about it, but it's a criteria to be used. Now that if your hotel was not rated as a 4-star hotel or as a 5-star hotel, you need now to work on those things you were told, which did not qualify you to be on a certain what, on a certain star. Yeah. Because UTB, I know they have technical people, they have good people. Once something has been done, they follow the criteria. Yes. And it's not just like someone will come and say, maybe a Protea, you're a 5-star hotel, when you don't meet other criteria. Thank you.
Okay, and of course I do also have a comment coming along here. This one says that my question is, lots of managers, hotel owners bring managers on ground, but at the end there is a lot of micromanagement. How can we be of help?
That is another problem we are facing. As Huguma, we are saying no. If you have employed me as a general manager, the owner should give away. Because when I come in, I'm going to set a system. And some of these systems, even when you're at home, because we're in a technological advancement, things have changed. When you're at home, you can monitor. But the issue of the owners coming, sitting there, they have employed you, sitting there to say, what has the manager done? They go, even some of them, they go behind of trying to get information from the juniors. We are saying no. And we are going to advise some of these hotel owners that no, what you are doing is wrong. We are coming up to advise them, set the place, give me the hotel, employ me, give me targets, I will set the what, what you want. And we shall put all the system to move. Right. Once the system is put in place, whether you are in America, whether you are where, your hotel will move very well. But the micromanagement is the problem, but that one has to stop.
Okay.
In addition to that, I think we encourage the owners or directors, because these are the people who have put up the hotel. We encourage them to follow the standards. We are not saying we don't want to work with them. Some owners are really very good, like my boss, Hajati Mariam Santa Cheyune, and my directors. We work well. So once we need directors and owners to come and join in the system, because in the end they have to see how the hotel is functioning, as long as systems are being followed. And at the same time, we need the directors to come on board, but let them be trained. Let them be trained so that they can blend well with the other workforce. Thank you, thank you.
All right. And then what would be your parting shots, lady and gentlemen, as way of summing up with our conversation this morning?
For me, in conclusion, I would like to thank the hotel owners of this country for the efforts and the investment that they have put in place. But we need the government to come to their rescue and reduce the number of taxes that the hotels are paying, so that these hotel owners can reinvest in other sectors, or even in the very hotel sector in other regions. They can go for a 5-star now and put up the hotels. We are calling upon hotel owners to invest money in training the workforce, much as we are also calling upon the government to chip in, but we need the hotel staff to be trained. I'm calling upon the government to ensure that they pay attention to the hotel industry, because this is the industry that is employing the majority of the youth in this country and the women. So we do not need to neglect. We know the tourism value chain that we get from the hotels. We employ so many people. The farmers, most of their produce end up in the hotels. So we need government to look at the hotel sector, the hotel investors, and appreciate them, to give them also some kind of benefit so that they are motivated to invest further in the hotel. I'm calling upon the hotel general managers of this country of all categories to join the association, because that is the only way we can work as a team. We are recognized by the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities. We are recognized by UTB. I would like to thank our partners, UTV. They have trained hotel managers, but it's not all. We are saying we need the entire country to get the training. And I think soon they're organizing another training. Ministry of Tourism, they have held some few trainings for the managers. So we need managers to join the platform so that when these national bodies and the government are planning, they're planning for a pool, so we need to come together. And I encourage all Ugandan general managers, please, we need good people who are hard-working. Go and be an ambassador. Be a hard worker. Don't sit there and talk about anything that does not add value. Sit with your directors, with your CEOs, and see how best you can improve the operations in the hotel. The story of laziness and all and that we don't want, we are tired of it. We need people who can deliver so that we match the international standards. Thank you.
All right, and Mr. George, what would be your parting shot?
One or two. For me, I'll first of all thank the management of UBC for giving us the chance to come and talk about the hospitality sector. We know that countrywide, people have listened to us. And as the Huguma, we are in now for massive recruitment. All regions we are going to reach there, please wait us. To the government, I would also request the government, as we bring in for the support training, I would request that these managers are over around 2,000. They should be training leadership training. They should be even taken to Jakwanze for 1 week. You know, the training is a refresher course. Something refreshes your mind, what you had forgotten. The government should call all these people, and we shall call them to be taken just for 1 week training in leadership. Then to the service personnel in the industry. Please, love your work. Produce the best. Everyone would like you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, moderator. I think I need to thank UBC, Mr. Maurice Mugisha, who has made it possible for us to be here, and the national broadcaster. Please always create time for us, give us some more airtime so that we can air out some of these national issues and try to sort them amicably. Thank you, moderator.
All right, now there you have it. I've been having two guests this morning. One, a gentleman in Mr. Ogumbo George, who is Secretary General for the Hotel General Managers Association of Uganda. And then besides that, Mr. Pio Moli, who is the chairperson of the Hotel General Managers Association of Uganda, as well. As we're talking matters handling Ugandan hotels as international brands and building capacity for our general managers in the country for the same cause. And to all the viewers out there who have been part of this show, from the time we kicked off at 6:30, thank you very much. Lubega Patrick from Kabawa, thank you very much. We are due to time. We may not be able to respond to this particular comment, but do follow up more on the other details with the Hotel General Managers Association of Uganda to get more of the answers to the same. Till tomorrow, Friday, for the GMU Friday edition, I am Joram Paul Sonko for UBC. Have a good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Once upon a time, there lived identical twins who gave birth to beautiful princes and princesses.
Their mothers gave their babies' bodies a lot of care by applying on their skin with baby junior jelly.
So